Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have an update for you for my Pan Those Eyeshadows project. This project was started by Alexi, who I don't think has been doing it for a little bit, but like without her there wouldn't be hundreds of people doing this project. So anyway, I'm working on 5 eyeshadows. Like everybody might do this slightly different. 5 eyeshadows for me, and I'm trying to hit pan on them. They randomly roll in, and if I hit pan, great. If I don't hit pan, they're gonna stay in a little bit longer. So yeah, let's take a look at the eyeshadows that I'm working on. First one I'm gonna show you is in this Sleep palette. It's the Sleep Oh So Special palette, and I'm working on Boxed. And Boxed is the dark brown shade right here. As you can see, there still is no pan, and this is definitely not moving overly fast because I'm working on 2 browns in my palette as well. But I have used it another 5 times. That normally is my goal, to try and get at least 5 uses in on like most of these. So I did get to the 5 uses, so I did make a little bit more progress, and that brings me to 70 uses in total. It's interesting because the pan, like you can definitely see it's been used, but there's barely a dip in here. Even though I've had eyeshadows in here that I've worked on and they definitely moved a lot faster, but it is what it is. We're just gonna keep working on it and we will hit pan at some point. Similar story for the Catrice. It's the season, or the seasons must have, it's the season, Christmas. In here I'm working on this gray shade right here. And also that one I've used a good bit of times again, 6 times to be exact. I use it as a transition shade most of the time. It's nice to be able to use a matte instead of something from my Pan palette every now and then. So yeah, I've used this one 6 times and it's 28 uses in total, and it's ridiculous how, like, there definitely is disturbance on this pen and there is the tiniest bit of a dip starting to form now, but 26 uses and 28 even. I think I might need another 28 at the very least to get to where I want to be, but yeah, it's okay. It's easy to incorporate into my like looks and stuff, so it's just gonna take a little bit longer. Like for the sake of this project, it's always nice if things move quicker, but this is reality as well, of course. Anyway, the Urban Decay Vice palette. In here, I'm working on Harlot, which is this like really light gray lavender type shade, and I'm realizing I'm forgetting to swatch now that I'm describing this color. There definitely is a dip starting to form in here. I've used this another 5 times for a total of 15, which this definitely moves quicker than those other 2 shades that I was just showing you. Definitely still need a little bit more on that one, but for that one I think like around the 30 point I should be really close to pan or already at pan. Now let's take a little step back and swatch the shades that I am working on here. So this is that first brown shade. It's a matte. It's like you can build it up, like it's not overly like dark or pigmented. It has a bit of a grayish tone to it even, like at first. So that actually means that it does like work pretty nicely with that gray as the transition shade, because that definitely is a good little bit lighter, as you can see. So those 2 together, they work really well, like transition and then like darker crease shade basically. Then the Harlot shade, as did I mention that? I don't know. As I think I may have mentioned, is more of a lid shade for me. So it has a bit of a shimmer. It's kind of like a satiny type shade, as you can see, and also that one works quite nicely with what we've got going on here. So it's really easy to use these almost like all together at the same time, almost. Anyway, moving on, I've got 2 shades in here, the Urban Decay Shadow Box, and let's see, so Lost is one of the shades that I've been working on. Or I should say I haven't been working on, because again I have not used this one. I can only work on so many browns, so I'm fine with this not moving as quickly and with me like still making like good progress on some of the other shades in here. I have used this 12 times in total throughout the project at this point, and we will get to it at some point. Not sure if it's gonna be this year, but I'm okay with that. I've got plenty of other things to focus on as well. And I was covering it with my thumb just not to kind of give it away just yet, but there we have Pan in Sin. That's the other shade that I was working on, so I do get to roll something new in, so that's really exciting. And it's proper Pan as well. I've used this another 4 times to be able to hit Pan, so it was 26 uses for me to hit Pan on that one. And then I used it another 8 times, so I used it 12 times over the last month, a total of 34 uses to make it look the way it does now. But yeah, 26 to hit Pan, and this one is rolling out. Now let me quickly swatch Lost on top here. You can see that it's more warm toned and it has a bit of a sheen to it. I don't know if you can even call it a satin, but it's not a matte anyway. And then we've got Sin, which of course has been my brow bone highlight. Just trying to see where I can swatch this properly. I hope I can show you this. So that's the shade right here. Like, depending on how the light hits it, you either just don't see it on my skin, or it is a little bit darker, but like the brow bone, like the light will always hit the brow bone basically. So it is a really good brow bone highlight for me. That are the 5 shades that I was working on. Now time to roll in something new. So I'm gonna grab my laptop and my phone and we're gonna find out what we're gonna be working on next. Okay, let's talk numbers first, because I've got this all written out now. When it comes to eyeshadows with Pan, I have 51 eyeshadows with Pan right now. I've been like really going through my spreadsheet a little bit more, and I realized that there's 2 eyeshadows in my Pan palette that I finished. So they don't have Pan anymore technically. So that number went down. It went from 52 to 51 with those 2 adjustments to it. Total eyeshadows, I have 160 at the moment because I did finish 2 off. That brings my Pan percentage to 31.9, and it was 32.1 before. Even though I did hit Pan on Sin, finishing off 2 shadows and hitting Pan on 1 brings that percentage down a little bit, but finishing shadows is good, so that's good. I have 6 eyeshadows in projects, which leaves me with another 103 eyeshadows that I can pick from. As usual, we are not going to work on any eyeshadows that are going to interfere with my Pan palettes, or that's not usual. I added that the last few months. Definitely no browns, because we've got plenty of those. Yeah, I'm like the silver, I'm not sure. Let's just hope we won't roll in a silver. Yeah, let's see. I know blacks, of course. 84. 84 is in my Coastal Scents Creative Me #2 palette, and it is the 12th shade in there. So I'm gonna get that and let's see what that is gonna be, because I don't know. I'm back and here is the palette. So let's take a look together at what shade 12 is and if that is actually something I can work on. Okay, it is a pretty red shade. This is the shade right here. There is a reddish shade in my Pan palette as well, but I think this one is actually more pink. So let me swatch that here. Yeah, I think it's different enough from the one that is in my Pan palette, so I think I'm just gonna roll it in, because it is a really nice fall shade, so it's gonna be really like nice to be able to incorporate that and create some more warm looks. So yeah, this is the palette that we're gonna be working on, pretty much all cool shades. No, that's not true. Like, these are 2 cool shades, warmer shade, and then of course the browns are just like somewhere in between, at least one of them. So yeah, this is what we have to work with right now, and I'm gonna see if I can hit Pan on anything. My goal, once again, is just to try and hit about 5 uses on all of them. Just see how long it's gonna take me to hit Pan on anything. I think if anything, I should focus in on Harlot maybe a little bit more, because if I do, I might be able to hit Pan in it in like 2 updates from now if I can get like 7 or 8 uses on it. So I might try and do that, just get like 1 or 2 more uses on it than I have been doing over the last couple of months. Just wanted to take a quick look. at my sleep palette on my screen here. Okay, that's very diverse as well. So it took me 19 uses to hit pan on one of those shades, and it took me 36 uses to hit pan on another one. I've got the two in here. So it was 19 uses on this one and 36 on this one. That one shade-wise is maybe kind of in the middle. No, it's not in the middle. It leans more towards this one, so that might mean I can hit pan on it easily enough. We will see. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye!